And we're back.
Huzzah.
So, after your rather harrowing experience in the forest,
Yep.
where are you headed?
It's back to town, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to town, but like, what do I guess what time is it when we get back to town?
It's probably about midday. No, actually, if you left early in the morning, it's probably the afternoon by the time you get back, like middle of the afternoon, probably like 5 o'clock. Yeah, actually, probably more like 3 o'clock actually, because you weren't actually out there for very long.
Yeah. I guess like, well, together this is probably just gonna be like, should we actually like find more relaxed stuff to do? Like,
Wow. I will admit this has kind of put me on edge again.
well, yeah, like that's why I think we could do with a little relaxing something.
Wow. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, we also this has happened. We've just learned a lot of things. There's more for us to be learned when we get back. Perhaps we should head home early.
Are you sure?
Well, we were only going to stick around here for like a day or two anyway. Maybe you're right.
Look, we may be, you know, yeah, we need to do all of these things and potentially, you know, complete destruction of everything that we know, but we can't do that if we're on edge at all times, you know?
Watch
Like,
me.
We've done
like-
amazing things as people, but we are still just, well,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
well, we're not quite just people. I feel like we're a little beyond that now. However, you do have a bit of a point, but yeah. Before we forget, the amulet, just dump it. Oh, actually, maybe not dump it.
No, I'm gonna.
There's still a shard piece.
We need to secure it away. So
I'll bag it. And then if you get an itch, then we know that it failed.
I love that our solution is to just throw the things that we don't want to worry about into the bag.
Well, like, if you can throw something into a void.
Well, the bag. I'm assuming the bag is temporary until we can find more permanent, safer storage.
This was more a case of if you still get the itch or the craving, then we at least have it. It's not going to be great, but
Well, I mean,
you won't.
We'd have to put it in the bag anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's more just a case of keeping it around as a way to check your sanity and mine, perhaps.
But yeah, I'll put it in the bag.
So you unattune from it and then take it off, put it in the bag. Because you had to attune to it, remember?
Yeah. Well, is it still magical then?
Yes.
But it doesn't have any other properties to it. It was just the fact that those guys were bound to it.
It doesn't have any magical properties that you can harness anymore, no. It is still magical.
Okay.
It is still, like, a piece of a god.
Then yeah, I guess I will unattune from it.
Okay.
And put it in the bag.
You unattune from it. When you unattune from it, there is, like, it's not the same itch, but it is kind of like, there's a brief moment where you hesitate, like giving it up, but it's fine. Yeah, this thing has like with a clear head to think about it. This thing, while you're attuned to it, has some addictive properties.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, she was just gonna say, well, I think the cravings for the thing itself are when you're attuned to it. So just no one attuned to it, and we should be safe from that at least.
Let's hope. Well, that was a lot of pain in an amulet.
Hmm. I guess the reason I was asking that earlier is just because I feel like I need a drink or, somewhere to just lie down, lie back and have relax and a chill. And was wondering if you guys would maybe want to join me for something like that. We're friends after all.
We'll find something to do.
Okay.
Arya's gonna be busy.
Wink.
Oh my god.
Just
Wow.
yeah. So what
gonna say,
are
yes.
you planning?
I was gonna say, is that in character? What's going on there?
If they're going, I mean, we're not leaving today, right?
Well, have that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, Arya's gonna ask. So when do we want to leave?
I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Sounds reasonable. Unless we have actual business here that to be done.
Kelariis just kind of like looks over to Arya, like trying
With
to
a look that
engage
says,
her.
"You good?"
I'm
Yeah,
not
look.
good, but it's fine.
Day after tomorrow, maybe?
I mean, I'm fine with tomorrow or the day after. I just would like to know when we plan to leave.
Getting itchy to get back out there again. Or not itchy, an itch to get back out there already.
Getting
Itching to
itchy
get back
get
out there.
Yeah.
To be fair, there is in theory nothing stopping us leaving on different days.
No, that would be silly.
Well, the only thing stopping us is if you decided to. It would be funny not to prepare the teleportation spell.
Yeah,
But
that's not funny.
exactly, and I don't expect you. I expect you to be fine.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Are we like teleporting back, or are we traveling back on foot?
Why would we walk back when I can teleport us back?
It's true.
Oh,
Feels like a waste.
I don't know. I'm used to thinking that way.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
We can.
it took me some getting used to as well. I
Yeah.
I told the guy, I asked the guy if he could pick us up, but like on the way back on the boat, remember?
Yeah.
But
We very
yeah,
much don't need it. I have stuff that was taken from the keep, so I can teleport us there. Guaranteed.
although you might want to put us just outside the keep
Yeah.
because with all the stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally teleport into a newly constructed wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll put us a bit further away than I would usually put us.
but we'll sure we'll be fine. We'll get to that one when we get there. Oh, there was one tiny thing I wanted to do actually.
Oh?
So I wanted to bring find something that we can bring back as just a little thing for like a trophy room. It's like I want us to like every time we go, like and achieve something. I feel like we should bring something back. And I was thinking maybe we don't have anything. Well, I guess we have the piece of Ferrous dune, but I don't really want to keep that as a trophy.
We
No.
probably
No.
should do that.
I was more. So I was thinking, what if we could like get maybe a little something of what's his name? Jhaldrym or the like Jhaldrym might have an idea, or Ziltas, no, not Ziltas, Domator, like a little Domator flag, yeah, something just to remind us of this place.
Well, I assume the city itself has a crest or something similar. That's like a combination of them.
Yeah, but I want it to be slightly
Less generic.
less generic. And the things I've mentioned are already quite generic. Although I say that, I don't know what Jhaldrym would suggest. But I think we're gonna have to go generic. Well, I'll figure something out once I've got to buy something tomorrow. Hopefully.
Well, also like, okay, so we're leaving. Okay, how about we just leave the morning after tomorrow?
That's fine.
So we'll have tomorrow to wrap up anything that we suddenly decide we want to do. Then the following morning we have our breakfast and we leave.
Yes. Seems reasonable.
It's fine.
Cool.
The very curt "that's fine" from Arya.
Arya's debating things, alright?
Yeah, no, I know.
Could we stay here just a few more days? Like, a month or so? No.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so does anyone have anything they want to do with the rest of this day?
Oh, I'm guessing we're going to spend most of our day walking.
Yep.
Then drinking or something? I don't know.
So, you want to head out to the taverns and go for some drinks?
I feel like that might be the best way to get the... Because, I did just experience...
Yeah, you drink to forget.
It's not healthy.
Maybe not the best plan.
Well, there's two... Like, if you can... There's different ways of drinking. If you drink yourself, like, basically dead, then it's pretty bad. A few drinks is fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a drink after a long day, but maybe not drink to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Anyway, so is everyone doing that? Does anyone have anything they want to do as well? Yeah, sorry, I picked something up and almost dropped it.
I guess while they're there, like, yeah, Elizabeth will go drinks again because she wants to wear a dress more, and also like she's growing to like that place.
Mhm.
So, but also like, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages before we leave.
Okay.
And do some more rumor fishing in there.
Okay. I can't believe you're becoming a gossip girl.
Oh my god. Hey, my namesake is... That's not my namesake, but
I'm just curious.
there's Blair on Gossip Girl. Just saying.
Is there really?
There is a Blair. She's like
Huh.
the main character.
Well,
I never
I
watched that show, but
I
I
sure
am
did
very
not know
confident.
that.
Neither have I.
I am not even 100% sure what you guys are referring to.
There is a
It's-
TV show called Gossip Girl.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was using it in the general term, but
So yeah. That place seemed a good place to do rumor fishing, so I might as well do a little something. I'm curious.
okay. Yeah. So my question
Only a
is,
little spell slot.
are the rest of you following? Are the rest of you following suit? Is there anything else anybody wants to do for this day?
No.
Nope. You sound unsure.
I am unsure. I am unsure of.
Well, you did say
Arya
to me that
looked
you have
into
some
it.
shopping that you wanted to do, but
Yes, I do.
okay.
All right, I'm gonna go shopping. See you
Okay.
later.
Huh.
What?
Okay.
I forgot about that. That's very important not to forget about.
Curious.
Might seem
Well, it won't take you the whole day to go and do that, or the whole rest of the day to go and do that. So you meeting up with your friends afterwards.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it might seem a bit odd, but I think Grim will stop by Triferian's shrine at some point.
Excuse
Or
me.
the newly established like building that they've got.
Yeah.
Are you going to the shrine itself, or going to like where the people will be?
As in, just do a little, just try a little. Well, maybe prayer is a bit of a big word, but
Okay.
He's going to say a few words.
You have that moment from like the whole a character who's never been in a church before goes down, sort of kneels, is like, okay, God, if you're really there. Except
I
you
feel
know
like-
he's there because you've seen him.
You
but...
met him.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't feel like you have to do the whole go on your knees thing for him, so that's why I'm like,
No.
you know what? It can be a little bit more chill. Just
Yeah, you wander into the like the small church space that they've got set up.
yeah, and I guess just do a little reflecting because
Okay.
he's pretty sure that what he what he felt back then during the process was probably what the other person went through when they bound him to the crystal. At least that's what he thinks that was.
Yes, somewhere in a combo between what the two Bone Claws experienced to become themselves, as well as the poor person who was bound.
I'm just doing some reflection.
Yeah. Okay. Quiet moment of reflection in Tritherian's temple. Do me a favor, just roll me 1d100.
Oh no!
Alright.
All right.
Oh no! Triferian smites me out of the temple.
No, he wouldn't.
No, yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot to write the roll.
Okay. Yeah, you quietly inwardly reflect, and you don't know whether anybody heard you or quite what happened, but yeah, you find some peace in your feelings.
Okay.
Well, that is more than I expected.
I'm not saying it's problem solved. I'm just saying.
Well,
Feel a little bit better.
It's one to go on the long list of repressed
Yeah.
feelings. It's,
Yeah, your mood is temporarily lifted for having contemplated.
I think on that note, after that, we'll just go about the day with
Yep.
the others.
Kelariis?
I guess so I wasn't here, but when we set up the people or the worshippers of Tritherian in this new space, did they have outstanding stuff they seem to need to take care of, or
Well,
kind of...
basically what you did was they were basically just a small group of people worshipping around a shrine, which wasn't great when it was raining or windy or whatever. So they basically said you went to speak to them just sort of out of general curiosity as to what they were up to, and they were like, "Yeah, we'd really like to have an indoor space or something," and you were like, "Oh, I'm sure we can help you sort that out if that's really what you want." And they sort of accepted your help. Grim did some paperwork for them. You guys like bought some furniture and like moved it in. So basically, they're now that it's not a huge temple space. It's like maybe like a living room with a couple of benches in it. But it's an indoor temple. It's an improvement. But no, they don't necessarily have anything beyond that as things that they need to do. It's just that's what they've got set up.
Right. Sorry, some people have very loud music playing just like rolled up outside on the main road that's next to my apartment building. And I was like, oh,
It's
that's
alright.
very loud.
Joy.
I was very confused for a second. No, I can't really think of anything in particular. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she stops by like completely independent of Grim going there, just like stops by momentarily to see if there's anybody there that maybe needs something. I don't know. Just the checking in thing, and then otherwise probably
Yeah.
just walks around.
Yeah. No, you get to the temple. The dwarf guy that you met originally is sort of there, like going around, like tidying things up, just looking like he's having a just general tidy up. Like sees you, like waves at you, and just goes back to what he's doing.
Oh, if he's tidying up, I'll help. Like, I'll stay and help. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's perfectly capable, but I'm not just gonna leave and be like, bye!
Yeah, you sort of like help him like tidy things around. It's not a huge space to sort of tidy up, so you just sort of like straighten the cushions and like pick up some books and like put them away, and it's like okay, cool.
Yeah.
He
What are the
thanks you for that.
Chill. Walk around. It's still a city that is unfamiliar in a lot of senses, and it's like a new
Yeah.
place, so.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you all spend your time wandering around the city doing various things, and then sort of go to the Matron's Trove again. Elizabeth, give me a charisma investigation check again.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Fucking rip.
Second that one.
Yeah, so you you fish around like for some rumors and like listen in on some conversations, and you don't get really anything more than what you experienced like the previous day of investigating. Although you do become incredibly distracted at one point as their two drow are discussing a rather interesting encounter that they had with somebody else that yeah makes you a little hot under the collar.
Okay.
Wow.
It's like, whew, that's a lot more information than I was looking for about their particular experiences.
I guess getting nothing, like. She's tempted to put. She might just poke the group and be like, "Shall we go dance? Because why not?"
Well, I guess can always give it a go.
Okay, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, go try and drag everyone to the floor if I can.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess how much do people want to have to drink and enjoy yourselves? Because yeah, you also haven't eaten today.
We should probably do that.
Yeah.
Probably before you
Is there
drink.
food here?
Yeah, they sell food here.
Well, there you go. Problem solved.
Okay.
We have some food and like 2-3 drinks, bit of a dance, go home, sleep.
Okay.
There you go. That's Elizabeth's plan.
So yeah, I think if you all want to enjoy yourselves and get some nice food, deduct 4 silver, and we'll call it that. each.
Fine.
But yeah, you go back home or go back to your rooms at the Peregrine's Nest, and yeah, have a long rest. Awake the next morning, and begin to make plans for getting ready to leave tomorrow. What do people want to do, if anything?
Can I write a letter to Jhaldrym real quick?
Sure.
Alright, I'll send you what I say in PM.
Okay.
Good. I guess. Do you head over to the shrines in the morning, Kelariis, or do you not do that?
I think while we're here, I will.
Like it's not
yeah.
like I won't join you, but I will. I will just before we head out, or I guess you head out. But I do see how there is some appeal. Trifarian.
You're welcome to join if you want.
I've had my fill for now. Although, you know, like, I guess it can't hurt. Might as well join.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The two of you go to the well, I hesitate to call it a service because as is the way of the Church of Tartarian, it isn't really so much as there's not a guy who stands at the front and preaches at you. It is very much there is one person leading a themed discussion on some topic that is probably relevant to Tartarian.
Yeah, that tracks, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discussion on the nature of fairness and how do we determine what is fair.
Basically, what you're saying is the sermon for Tritharian is a ethics debate.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
No, there's it just there is a sermon, like there is a story that is told that is related to the people. It is just done in a much more there is not one person who stands at a pulpit, there is one person who starts the discussion and introduces the points that they want to introduce.
It's much more conversational than like a debate or
Yes.
somebody talking at you.
Yeah. More Bible study than Sunday Gospels.
Ha.
I sent you what Arya said.
Okay.
Rob.
I will read it now.
I should have really sent that yesterday so he could have time to respond, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry, we'll just spend more time at the shrine.
Okay, so yeah, I guess you rather than like mailing it, you just go and hand it to somebody to for him to receive it. And then you sort of like walk away, think about what you've done.
What was in that letter?
I know, I want to know.
It's really not that exciting.
It's really not that exciting.
It's really just me asking to meet him, so.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was so secretive about it. I could have
Yeah.
said it, but whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, you guys spend the time in the morning doing what it is that you want to do.
Yeah, because I think Elizabeth does shrines and temples as well, but not necessarily the same ones.
Yeah, you can just sort of like wander around and see what there is, because there's many of the deities that you would recognize from your home life there.
Yeah, because I've generally gone and brought up your fucking the setting sheet from ages ago, from
Yeah.
yonder. And like, honestly, she probably goes to Helm and Yondala.
Okay. Yeah, they have
For
more
protection.
smaller congregations here than the rest of the world, but it
Yeah.
is much of the same
Well,
of what you're used to.
Yeah, for protection and guidance, respectively.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, there is no booming divine intervention, but
No.
you listen.
I wasn't expecting divine intervention. She just wants a bit more familiarity.
Yes. Well, the reason I made Grim roll 1d100 is that there actually was a chance. It was a phenomenally small chance, but
Yeah.
Ugh.
God, could you imagine Grim's just like, I just want to sit somewhere quiet for a bit and like chill and think, and Arthurian's like, Grim!
Grim,
Grim,
my
my
boy.
Grim, my boy.
My boy! I see your troubles.
Oh no. Ugh. Honestly, I think that would be the last time he ever steps into any shrine ever.
Yep.
It's like, nope.
Put him off forever. Tretheri's just like, what did I do?
Man, I wanted to get some advice from God, and then God came down and gave me a whole bunch of unsolicited advice.
Fucking unsolicited god advice. Ugh.
It's, you know, it's not like I went into his temple looking for some peace.
Yeah, but then he disturbed the peace.
By showing up. I wanted peace, and he showed up and gave me advice. That's not what I wanted.
I wanted peace.
The guy next to me was asking for advice. I just wanted some shut-eye. To inner reflect, the person next to you was begging for help with a soup. I don't know why I said that. That's just the first thing that came to my head.
Anyway. So yeah, the sort of the morning passes. You spend it, like most of you, in quiet reflection. Some of you in silent internal screaming reflection.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arya's less silent reflection and more. Ah!
Yep.
God, Kelariis just like on a whim activates the detect thoughts thing, and it's just Arya screaming
Yeah.
internally.
John Madden.
Ew,
Yeah.
ew.
Elizabeth is probably just like that bit from SpongeBob. Just the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Detect thoughts, and it's just carton of milk. It falls over.
What?
Do you not know that bit?
It's
No,
yeah.
been a
I
long
guess
time
I
since I
didn't
watched
remember
SpongeBob.
yeah.
Yeah, because Patrick does that. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
I feel like there's a lot more going on in Elizabeth's mind than there is in Patrick's.
Yeah, Patrick is not the brightest candle in the stack.
Not at the moment. Sometimes, look, even very, very smart people occasionally just have mind blanks where they can't think of anything.
Luka, that
It's
was a
true.
great twist of the expression.
I went for something else, and that ended up being what it came out as. So you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I might try again at selling the Scroll of Phantom Steed.
Okay.
Just like later on in the day.
Sure. Give me.
Find a different shop. I'm not going at the same shop this time. I will either find a different shop or I will not sell it at all.
Hello, would you like to buy this scroll that I definitely did not try to sell you yesterday for a lower price?
I know.
No,
She
I
sold.
I already got a scroll.
Well, she didn't sell the other scroll. She traded it.
Yeah.
Guess that's true.
I got rid of a Scroll of Phantom Steed and gained
Yeah.
a Scroll of Invisibility.
So just
So now I have invisibility in my spellbook.
for the sake of briefness, just go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Where it is? There it is. One. Bonk.
Okay. So I will say that you find somebody who is willing to buy it. Let me check the actual value of the spell scroll. It's a level 3 spell, right?
Yes.
Oh wow! It was the last PDF I opened.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That was like a week ago.
You've not opened a lot of PDFs then.
Not on this computer now.
Well, to
Oh.
be fair, how often do you really need?
This file cannot be found apparently.
It's the last one you opened, but it's not there anymore.
Shit.
I don't know why that didn't open.
Can't believe it's being such a tease.
Oh, now it's opening.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh, of course.
Adobe. Industry standard products that work about as well as non-industry standard ones.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Adobe PDF Reader is possibly one of their worst, products.
Depends on what tier
Just-
you have.
Just be thankful you don't have to produce official reports in it.
That is very true. Actually, that's not true because I literally have to fill out PDF forms like all the time.
Well, yeah, I suppose in my case it's actually not true because technically we use bespoke software to produce it. But anyway, getting sidetracked. Yeah, so they are willing to buy it from you for 110 gold.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
A deal.
Okay. Yeah, you trade that. So yeah, I guess the day sort of passes through.
Can Arya take a bath?
You can go and take another bath, sure.
Thanks.
I cannot believe.
Is that all you want to do?
I don't know what else she would do.
Well, I mean, in the sense of like, the last time you went to a bath, like Grim got the whole kit and caboodle in terms of pampering.
You know what? Actually, yeah.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Maybe it'll de-stress her because she is stressed the fuck out.
Okay. So you go have some spa time. How hard do you want to go on spa time?
Not like anything too crazy experimental,
Okay.
but like nice.
So
Short massage.
yeah, go ahead and deduct. What did I make Grim do last time? Like 5 silver, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so go ahead and do 3 silver for me.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I think the rest of us did like 1 or 2 silver.
So yeah, you get your nails done, you get pampered.
My nails.
Oh my god.
And it's weird. It's like the most attention you've had paid to your physical appearance in quite some time.
Who is this elf?
I know.
What's she done with our ranger?
She's lost her goddamn mind.
Yeah. God.
God.
Flashbacks to Disney's Hercules.
Wow.
Anyway.
What?
There is a particular line in Disney's Hercules that I was reminded of.
What line was it?
People do crazy things when they're in love.
Oh, right. I was thinking of the Pride and Prejudice quote, which is "We're all in love," which is also pretty much the same thing.
Well, now that you've mentioned Disney's Hercules, my brain's just imagining now Arya. I won't say I'm in love.
Even though she didn't say those words, I guess.
No.
But...
Anyway.
No, I know, but like, that's exactly my point. She did.
Look, we've already done Second Age the musical in DMs. It's fine.
It's fine.
God.
No way. Good song.
But yeah, so Grim, you wanted to look for a memento.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea? Did you decide what it is that you want?
I didn't quite decide on what, like... I think just due to the way things panned out, I'm just going to end up with a Domator memento more so than anything else,
Okay.
because even though Vismus was important, our only link, or like our main link to Vismus has kind of been, well,
Severed.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
I guess.
you can find a small memento in Domator colors if you would like.
Yeah, just like a little. I don't even know what it would be, like a little shield or something. Something that would look. Something that would.
Shield with their crest on it, maybe.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a pin or something you can probably find.
It's
with it.
something that you could hang on a wall.
Maybe something bigger than a pin then.
Yeah.
Okay. You could probably get like an actual shield painted with it if you wanted.
Oh wow.
You know what? I feel like an actual shield would be it. It would be it. I feel like it kind of suits it as well because we were defending the city from within.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess.
Very poetic.
From injustice.
Justice.
So yeah, I guess as you sort of get it out of the bag of holding to show to your allies, it draws a particular piece of attention. Like I imagine you all back in the tavern. It draws a particular piece of attention from somebody who approaches your table, which is probably a drow male again, in Domator colours, who sort of regards you displaying this shield on the table with some interest as he approaches.
Is he seeking to make contact, or is it more of
he appears to be politely waiting for you to finish your conversation.
Good afternoon, I'm guessing. It's afternoon?
Yeah.
Like, how...
He sort of offers you a polite short bow and sort of says, forgive my interruption, but I come bearing a message.
Oh,
message?
Shit.
He produces an envelope and hands it to Arya.
Oh. Well. I assume you're going to take it, Arya?
Yeah.
Stig reaches out, takes it. He says, sorry, that was all.
Well, thank you very much.
And he disappears.
Ow, it's weird that he just teleported out there.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Terrible jokes, but I'm stressed.
Yep.
I was gonna say the fucking stress is bleeding over to Luka.
I do have to say, at this point, like, even Grim can't help but, raise an eyebrow a little.
Yeah, Elizabeth clearly wants to say wants to comment, but instead she just sort of is gonna say, "Okay, I hope this isn't too weird, Arya, but you look really good at the moment."
Thanks. I appreciate that. No, I imagine she looks pretty self-conscious.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I'd take advantage of the spa while we're here.
Kelariis just quietly laughs.
Yeah.
Like not even
You know
the laugh, like the exhale laugh to try and be subtle.
I'm gonna do something in true non-second age fashion, I guess. Like how?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Let's be honest. That is not. Oh yeah, my mouse double clicks occasionally. So yeah. Well, that is actually like an insane role for Grim to do.
Yeah.
So I guess how well do we think Arya is concealing this?
Not well.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Arya is just progressively flushing and hoping the floor will swallow her.
You know what?
Which it does. It's a mimic. Roll initiative.
Oh my god. It's really gonna ruin my evening plans.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, so this would be because just I hope I'm not being weird by saying that, but you know.
Well, I don't really do this very often. So.
It's worked out for you?
Thanks.
You know, you want to look your best for your Domator business.
Oh my god!
I imagine Arya like actually kind of like chokes on something.
Which is impressive because she
Arya's-
wasn't eating or drinking anything.
No.
Hey, choking on air is a real skill, I'll have you know.
It is.
Big
I do
F.
it at least once a day.
Grim will just sit there with a bit of a smile.
I imagine Arya doesn't respond. There's not much to say at this point. Can I read the letter, by the way?
Yep, you
With all these
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
Nobody else read it.
Elizabeth's honestly gonna like look at Kelariis and try and be like non-verbally, just be like, I'm guessing I should stay quiet.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a
Yeah.
pretty clear question, questioning look.
Kelariis,
Yeah.
like you look at Elizabeth, who is looking at you. Either she is passing gas right now, or she is really holding in the desire to say something.
Wow, how dare you?
Yeah, Claire's just kind of like shakes her head just a tiny bit, like, don't do it now.
Yeah, she's just gonna like nod.
Yeah, the letter is about as short as yours.
Okay.
And it basically says, Arya, I'm sad to hear. Please, by all means, come and see me. I guess he just puts like tonight at 8.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much else to say. I'm gonna do it. So.
Yep, she just folds up the letter and just sits there, rigid.
Sensing this tension, Elizabeth's just gonna say, so I don't think I've said this much or even at all, but like, I'm gonna go ahead and like say thank you to you guys for, you know, letting me join your ridiculous adventures. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think things wouldn't be the same without you.
Well, you had no way of knowing that at the time.
Yeah, but I can definitely tell so now.
But, well, I guess what I want to say is thank you for giving me that chance on that first adventure we had. Off in Helm's Blessing.
Oh, yeah, that was Helm's Blessing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was quite the mystery. Oh, well. I won't ever forget your attempt to. Remember when we were talking to the locals in that village where the princess was?
What do you mean?
Uh,
What?
you remember where the princess was hiding, right?
Yeah.
I'll never forget when you tried to one-up me in talking. It was good times.
I don't remember this at all.
Cav doesn't remember this.
Nope, but Grim does. And I imagine Elizabeth wouldn't either, because it was just... The only reason why Grim remembers is because Elizabeth was being all smug, like, you know, or like being all like, oh, you know, you should do it differently, and then tried and failed horribly. The problem is, the real, like, you know, the real big thing that Elizabeth did was the whole like the whole defense and all that, and I was there for none of it.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But that said, it wouldn't be. I guess it wouldn't be the same without these other two either. Blah. Words. And well, I feel like the you two wouldn't be the same. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it definitely wouldn't have been the
Looking.
same without those two there, because, with all due respect, if it had just been the two of us and you'd get afflicted that potion, I would have been... Well, no way was I going to go on another adventure with you after that. If it would have just been the two of us.
Yeah. Well, my charms didn't quite work, but that's probably for the better.
Yeah.
What charms?
Oh my god!
Well, if you must know. I,
No,
You
we
sure?
really must.
You got robbed there. It's not often that you get robbed.
Yeah, I know.
It's not often I break composure, but holy fuck.
Oh, wow.
I just like it does work from time to time, and my charms have been enough to keep this bunch together.
Well, look, all I'm saying is if you were going for that kind of thing, you picked the wrong Agiad.
Well, admittedly, I didn't have much choice in the matter at the time.
No, I suppose not.
But
I literally thought Grim was about to be like, well, I fucked Lothari, so it worked well. No!
see, like,
I don't even think that was his charm, though. I think
No.
it was like the opposite of his charm that did
Yeah.
that.
That was honestly
Wow.
Lothari's skill.
amazing.
And
It
then
was
they
just
went,
a
"Oh,
mutual
shall we?"
agreement.
Yeah.
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 It was just, hey, look, I painted a thing for you, Grim. Oh,
Well,
right,
see,
nice.
you know, like Grim
What the
wasn't just.
fuck?
I got you a stick.
Bitches love sticks.
Oh no.
Maybe I
no.
should bring Jhaldrym a stick.
Oh, fuck, could you fucking imagine?
Look, does she want
Problem
yellow?
is, that would imply he's the bitch.
I mean,
Although he might
I mean,
be.
he
He
totally
might very
is.
well be.
I'm just saying.
But no, I would like Grim would never, you know, go out and about just bragging about that
Yeah.
stuff.
No, that was very much not the tone, it was just what it sounded like.
Yeah.
oh god,
I think that's a reflection on us as people, not on Grim.
Probably.
definitely. What? Is that even a question?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was
Oh.
all of us out of character making that assumption. I don't think in character anyone
My
made that
cheeks
assumption.
hurt.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would never. Ari would never make that assumption about them.
No.
I don't think any of us even like have the slightest thought that happened in character.
Nope.
Like in character,
No.
I don't think any of us have even the slightest thought.
That's
that
what makes it so good.
Yep.
Yep.
It happened completely without our knowledge out of character for ages, and it's still not even in knowledge in character. It just happened.
See, we're gonna find out the next time we fucking see Lothari and she makes a comment and we're all gonna be like, wait!
Yeah, probably.
She's totally just gonna ask, say, "Well, you want to go for a round 2 or something?"
Ah!
And just in front of
Oh,
everyone.
no.
It's like
Wow.
it's something blatantly obvious.
Shoutouts to future Holly, who is frantically taking notes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hi, Holly. Please don't.
Please don't. You'll traumatize poor little Arya forever.
The thing is if she heard that, she would just do it.
Yeah.
Just
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
God.
When has telling Holly not to do something ever worked?
See,
Yeah.
secretly I actually wanted to do it, and that's why I said don't do it.
Anyway.
I feel like suddenly, like we're gonna run, like Arya's gonna just run through this campaign. It's like we need to finish this before Holly gets a chance.
Quick, let's go!
Speedrun.
Speedrun second age, so we don't get that.
Anyway.
But yeah, but no, I've got my charms. It's just not you're just not the right type of people.
I imagine Arya goes, well, that's fortuitous because you're not my type of people either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and that's why we work great together.
Because we don't want to bang.
You know, it helps sometimes.
Oh my god, this is getting worse and worse.
I was gonna say, you say that like if we did, that would make us worse.
Well,
I don't think it would
You
actually
know,
affect that much.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it might make
Like
things better for those two particular people.
sometimes yes, other times it might lead to like you know, it might lead to disagreement, and then everything escalates and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know. I feel like we should. I feel like we got to refer back to the fact that the Spartans were beaten by 150 gay couples.
Oh
Alright.
well.
So, as your companion banter continues onwards, does anyone else want to do anything, or do we move to the next scene?
I think we move to the next scene.
Yeah, out of character, I want to do a thing, but it's very much not in character to do the thing, so I'm not going to do the thing.
Okay. So I guess we move on ahead to the evening. You all settle down, have a meal at the tavern. Deduct a silver each for eating at the tavern.
Nice.
And then Arya, you head out.
I feel like I'm walking to my death.
Yeah.
Is there... Do I need to do anything before? Also, that activated Siri somehow.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
So actually,
Welcome to my death. Activate Siri.
I don't know. I have just had a thought, like, as Arya's leaving, can Elizabeth just like tap her on the shoulder and hold out the little stone of good luck?
Okay.
Just like with a smile, not saying anything.
Yeah, Elizabeth is just offering you this stone with no explanation.
Just
What is
bit of
this?
luck. for a bit of luck.
Pretty sure she's already gonna get lucky.
Wow.
Wow.
No
Wow.
comment.
You know what? I'll take it. Thank
Okay.
you, Elizabeth. And I imagine she like sort of.
Yeah. Elizabeth's just trying to be nice, but also like not embarrass you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, there you
All
go.
right. Cool.
Okay.
Can I go change into my nice cloak?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you
You know-
you get fully dressed up.
Yep. And you now have a +1 to all saving throws and ability.
Oh my
checks.
god! Thank God, because I'm probably gonna need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a +1 to all saving throws and ability checks now.
Lord
Once you've
knows
done it
my charisma is not great.
Believe in you, you'll be great.
Thanks.
Okay. So you walk up to the front door of the Domator Manor. Take a deep breath, and presume knock on the door.
Yeah.
The door sort of swings open. Like no sooner than you have sort of tapped on the door swings open, and there is a I guess in this case it would probably be at this time of the evening, probably a human. Like a human man, sort of like standing at the door, dressed in very fine, sort of like formal attire. Pulls the door open, greets you politely, and says, "Good evening. How may I be of assistance?"
I am here to see Jhaldrym.
Very well. He is expecting you.
Glad everybody knows!
Let's be honest, it's House Domatora. They're gonna find out one way or another.
That's what I'm worried about.
The human man like sort of gestures across the hallway and says, "Please, in the sitting room."
In the sitting room. Alright. Yep, I'll go sit there.
Okay. So he closes the door behind you. You step over to the sitting room, and there is inside is sort of like a low burning fireplace, and sitting there in a not necessarily like a the same sort of like formal clothes he wore when he was in an official capacity, but dressed very smartly is Jhaldrym. He sort of stands up as you enter and says, Arya, I'm glad you could come. Sort of like turns to the human and sort of says, "Thank you, James. That'll be all. We'll conclude our business and then retire, I think." And he sort of nods, says, "Very well," and disappears. Jhaldrym sort of like stands there like very formally for a moment and like waits for a few seconds and sort of says, "Okay, I think he's gone."
Great! I imagine Arya sounds a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know how... Greeting... I guess she'll step over and give him a friendly hug.
Okay.
Arya!
I'm flailing!
You sort of just like step over to him and like embrace him, and he's like sort of like takes a step back and says, "I'm getting mixed messages again."
No! Stop this! Sorry.
I know I said we had business, but that was a sort of a show thing.
No. I am just not used to this still.
That's okay. I can understand.
Fuck me! I'm gonna fuck this up. Ah!
No, you want.
This is literally a dating sim. Like I'm getting all the questions wrong.
Yeah, you want to fuck him up, not.
All right. Since we are here to do one thing, people. Let's kiss him. In greeting.
Okay.
Because apparently that's what he is expecting.
Yeah, you lean in and kiss him, and he just sort of like he reciprocates, and says, "That's a little more like I was expecting."
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Arya's not an affectionate person.
Yes, welcome to Jayla too. This is exactly what happened last week.
Yeah, it is. It's literally me flailing for half of it.
This is yeah, you know what, this is good to be on the
Yeah.
other end of this for once.
You're welcome, Dave. You're getting all of the quality content.
I think he just sort of like you after breaking from the kiss, he sort of like he takes a step backwards, but then sort of like takes your hand, and he just sort of says, "So you're leaving then?"
Yes, we've completed all of our business here, and there's not really a reason to stay. Plus, Vondal contacted us. Or, sorry. What is Vondal's position in the Amber Eagle? Does he have a formal position?
No one has a formal position in the Amber Eagle.
That's true.
Fair.
Yeah.
Except for Grim.
I guess the closest is second in command, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or, our second in command back at our base contacted us that he has some information that might be relevant, so...
I see. Yeah. I can't say that I'm not disappointed.
No, it's... unfortunate timing, to be sure. But we... I guess Arya kind of shrugs and goes, this is my life.
Yes, it would be foolish to think that anything else would happen. So,
What else would happen?
I guess he sort of like turns around to a table where there's like a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, and he sort of says, "Well,
Thank you, please, I need a drink."
he just sort of like stepped past him.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah,
I was like, oh, good wine.
I thought we could enjoy a drink and well, spend some time.
Yes, that would be great. Unfortunately, the time scale isn't the best for this departure, but
No, I understand. Well, sort of like raises the glass and just sort of says, well, to what little time we have.
I will toast to that. And I clink my my glass against his.
Takes a drink and sort of says, well, I will look forward to your letters.
Yes, I'll be sure to write. Hopefully they don't take as long as some posts do.
That is quite a distance, but well, I still have some contacts that I think I might be able to convince to prioritize some things.
It is a shame I cannot message like some of the others in our group, but it's not a skill I have.
He sort of nods and sort of says, yes, not the sort of thing we can hire intermediaries for either.
No. Oh my god. Oh, I'm already worried enough about letters getting intercepted in the mail. No, that would not be wise, I think. I want people knowing my business.
He sort of chuckles and says, no, I am quite used to a particular amount of privacy, even given my my previous position.
Do you have any plans about what you're going to do next? I know it's only been a few days, but...
I have given it some thought. I've started making plans to talk to some people to get things rolling while I'm still keeping my head low. I suppose eventually I'll need to find somewhere more permanent to live. I'm much appreciative of the hospitality offered by Matron Domator, but sort of gestures around him. Whilst I have a room and some space to myself, I am still very much a guest, and not always a wanted one.
I understand that. Did you... I guess you lived at the house before.
For the most part, yes. I have had homes away from home for when I needed to escape the grand politics, but those were boons afforded to me by my position, which I no longer have access to.
Yes. Of course.
He sort of like smirks to himself again and says, as it turns out, here in the city, when you're not a noble, actually having money is quite helpful for securing things.
Yeah, you know, we have found that out too in our travels. Sometimes money is no.
Unfortunately, I still have some minor affordances, but it's not quite what I'm used to. I think it'll be a good experience, though, if I'm to be reasoning with the people of the city. I suppose I have to start living like one.
It would probably help you connect with them, that's for sure. You can't just be a lord up in a castle anymore.
No, that's very true.
Well, our base will be finished. Eventually, we were going to undergo some renovations. I don't know if you'd like to come visit at some point, but it might be nice.
I'm sure arrangements could be made. I think I'd like that as well. I've ventured very little outside of the city, mostly on business, but little sightseeing might not go amiss.
And we could probably expedite the trip. We're not going to be traveling back on foot either. Our wizard is capable of teleporting us.
That is quite a feat of magic.
Well, our group is... Well, you've seen us. We're not
Yes.
exactly your ordinary group of mercenaries.
Yes. I will admit that when I heard about you, my expectations were somewhat higher than that of regular mercenaries, but I will still admit to having been surprised. Pleasantly so.
Yes, well, it's not every day you meet a band of an elf, a gnome, Ganassi, a dragonborn, and a giant direwolf.
That's very true. I have been meaning to ask. Does it have a name?
Oh, fuck, they've never met! Ah, this is a tragedy. Her name is Lyra. Man, I should have brought her. They could have met. Ah!
Well,
And she's far more intelligent than your average wolf, I will say.
Lyra.
Lyra.
Please
She
don't take
and
this
I-
the wrong way, but that seems like a name that you would give to a puppy?
Well, I found her as a puppy, so
That
she wasn't
makes
quite so big.
somewhat more sense.
Yes. She's been with me for a long time, so she was quite a bit smaller when I originally found her.
I have only ever read about direwolves, but even then I understand their small is not much smaller than they are now.
Well, she's not really a traditional direwolf. Much like Minnie in our party. I don't know how much actually she'll grow more. I forgot about that. But she started off more of the average size of a wolf cub. A normal wolf. And well, let's
see.
just say there's a little bit of magic involved there. I wish I would have brought her with me. It would have been nice for you guys to actually meet.
Perhaps another time.
Yes. But she is one of my closest companions. As I said, she's more intelligent, so we can speak in a way.
He sort of seems to muse about that for a moment. Sort of says, "I can see having a silent companion of sorts would be useful."
Yes, well, she has gotten me out of more than one scrape. But
I have to say, I've never had a pet myself.
Lyra's not really a pet. I think she would be a little offended at that term. Or companion.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it in a derogatory way.
No, I understand, but yeah, not really a pet per se.
I see.
But yeah, it's nice. I mean, she's not exactly your everyday lapdog, but sometimes it's nice to have a companion that is fluffy. I don't know how else to put that.
He chuckles at the suggestion that Lyra is fluffy.
She is. You haven't rubbed that tummy, man.
I would be terrified to.
Well, she doesn't allow just anyone to do it, so I'm probably the only person. But she has a soft side that she doesn't really like to show, but I guess we're alike in that way.
There is a cheeky smile from Jhaldrym, and he says, well, you said it, not me.
Wow. It's not just with you. No, I'm kidding. I don't say.
Ow.
Conversation.
I think like Jhaldrym sort of like finishes the glass and then like pours himself another one.
Yeah, I imagine Arya kind of drank that first one quickly.
Yeah, he notices that and like tops you up as well.
Thanks. She's a little nervous still.
Yeah. So when do you leave?
Well, I think we'll eat breakfast tomorrow and then we'll head out probably in the early morning. As I said, we're teleporting, so it's not really a hard deadline, but before the day ends for sure.
What's that like?
It's an odd feeling, I will say. It's not particularly comforting.
No, I can imagine the sense of disorientation is...
Yes. Fortunately, it fades fairly quickly after, but the first few moments after you arrive is definitely disorientating.
I remember the first time on a sailing boat. I took a trip down the river, and when I got out the other side, let's just say it took me a little while to recover my sea legs.
We actually recently went on a boat for an extended period of time, and I felt the same way because I never really spent that much time on the water, but I definitely looked like a drunken sailor at first.
Yes, the disorientation was certainly something, though quite possibly the worst part was the sunburn afterwards. I had
out of the mood, out of character.
Yeah, I had not spent quite so much time out in the sun before, and well, you know, my condition, and
Condition.
it was
Yeah,
after a while I sort of began to ignore how much discomfort it was giving me, and that turned out to be a mistake.
Yes, I can't imagine. It would be much harder probably on you than me, for instance. Even though I also burn pretty quickly. Because I'm pale as fuck.
He sort of like rubs the back of his arms and he sort of says, "Yes, I have a very delicate skin to begin with, let alone when exposed to the sun."
Yes, well, that's gonna be a little bit of an issue if you travel. But there are ways to get around it.
Yes, I generally tend to get around it with I wear heavier clothes during the summer and various other things. It's surprisingly the way most Underdark Drow you would talk to would think it's the end of the world having to be up on the surface, but having lived up here for most of my life, it's reasonably manageable. Most of us get along just fine in the sun. Admittedly, we prefer to stay inside when we can during the heat of midday and come out instead in the evenings, but
Yeah, that's understandable.
we live with it.
Yes, I mean, this world is quite different, I imagine, from the Underdark, but it took some adjusting even for me, coming from the Feywilds. Quite different there. For one, time moves differently.
Yeah, I guess he sort of like considers that and says, yes, the stories I've heard tell of the Feywild and its transformative nature is it's curious.
It's definitely not like any other place I've ever been.
I should like to understand better how it works, but I will admit to having a slight fear that I might come out some significant time later than I went in, and whilst I experience that in the study sometimes, it is not quite on the same level.
No, it's quite different, but luckily, if you're with someone experienced, it's not as bad. Though, it's still quite different. Well, I haven't spent much time at these houses. Would you like to give me a look around? Let's move this conversation out of this
Yep.
very exposed room.
He sort of says, of course, like he sort of stands up and like offers you a hand and says, I really only have the run of the ground floor and the chambers that have been assigned to me, but I'm more than happy to show you around.
Cool. I'll take his hand if he's offering it.
Okay.
I don't know if she would probably not hold it outside of this room because
Yeah, again, he's just doing the polite thing where he offers you to stand up.
right, yeah.
But yeah, he does like squeeze the hand and then let it go. And yeah, opens the door, gives you sort of like the loose tour, shows you around the ground floor of the house. You've seen like a reasonable amount of the ground floor of the house to begin with, but then he sort of like takes you to like a back staircase and like leads you up, and then sort of says, and these are the guest chambers. This is where I have been staying for at least the last couple of days.
Which room is yours? Also, it's just storming like a fuck ton outside. Sorry, it's like
It's
really
alright.
storming.
He pushes the door open and sort of like says, yes, it's modest, but it does the job. And he shows like sort of like leads you into this room that is surprisingly like well taken care of. Like you would think it is sort of like a display guest bedroom, were it not for the fact that there are like books on the nightstand and articles of his clothing like hung up on the frame of the wardrobe. And he sort of like lights one of the candles by the bed with a match and just sort of places it out of the way. And he just sort of says, it's not much, but it's my home away from home, I suppose.
Fuck you, Minnie. Well, it's quite nice of them for doing this anyway.
Yes, I'm quite grateful to Matron Domator for all of this.
All right. Ah! Sorry, I just need to get stress out of myself.
Luka needed to scream.
I really just needed to let myself breathe for a second. Oh God. I'm sorry, I'm scrambling.
I think he sees like that you're sort of like uncomfortable for a moment. Like sits down on the edge of the bed and says, "Push the door to."
Oh fuck. All right. Let me do that.
Okay.
Please help me.
Yeah, you like close the door behind you, and he sort of like looks at you, smiles, and says, "Is that better?"
Yes. I imagine she like low key locks it too.
Okay. Sleight of hand check.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
You don't have to.
I have the stone of luck.
No, yeah, do it. You get a +1.
16.
Oh,
It's pretty
okay.
good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he does not notice.
All right. I mean, I don't want to be creepy.
Yeah.
But we are in a house that I would rather
Yep.
people not know what's going on.
Well, you lock the door, and he does not become overtly aware that you have done it.
Okay. All right. I imagine I brought my sword with me just because,
Okay, yeah.
that's the kind of person I am. But I am going to unbuckle the sword and put it on the table, I guess. or
Okay, yeah. You put it on
somewhere.
the like the dresser.
There we go. That's fine. I imagine Arya's like, sorry, it's just a precaution.
Please.
And then I will go set by him on the bed. This is good.
Yep.
This is a part of the plan. Okay. And I will take his hand on the bed when
Okay.
I sit down. Because, why not? This is how this whole thing started, was with a fucking handshake.
Okay.
Yep.
You, like hold onto his hand. I think he just sort of like looks you up and down, like smiles and just sort of says, so I guess this is the part where we say goodbye.
Well, if I'm honest, I had some intentions with coming here.
I got the feeling.
Oh my god.
Well, good. I'm glad we're on the same page, I think. I imagine Arya takes her other hand, kind of puts it on her face, and I'm so sorry.
I think he takes the hand off your face with his other hand, and just like holds them together and says, "If it's easier, you don't have to talk."
But I feel like I should say some things first. Because I have never done this before, and I am a little worried. Not because of you, because of me.
You have nothing to worry about.
I don't know. I was never really the kind of girl that was interested in boys as much growing up, you know. I was more interested in swords and bows and things like that.
Sort of just smiles and nods.
So, you'll have to excuse me if this is not the greatest experience ever.
Would you prefer if I took the lead?
Yes, please! Oh my god, I've been begging time! That would be great.
Then let's start simply. And he kisses you.
Thank God, because honestly, I've had enough talking.
Yep. And I think at that point we can leave it.
Yeah.
Wow.
A nice, classy fade to black.
I got through it, guys.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah. I guess this is probably a good point to leave it, unless anyone else has a scene that they would like to do before we part.
I don't think there's anything that can top this ending.
No.
Nah.
No, we have
Making
to
me
leave it on that.
squirm
That's
for
the
a
best
half an
ending.
hour.
No.
Arya got
That's
laid!
Because yeah, I was going to say Jhaldrym can top this, but yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Well, he better get used to it because
Well-
it's not gonna last.
At least he
Anyway.
asked.
I will say that before this session, well, you know, we'll have this conversation after.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not traumatize poor Dave.
No.
Okay. So yeah, if that's it and that's everything everyone has, all that's left is to say thank you all for playing, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Wait.